Lachey, and of course, we have the lovely Mr. Ken Paul.
Ken Paul, man with it all.
The man with it all, that's right. And we are two black blondes.
Hey, black blondies.
Yes, we gotta shout out black blondies. But we're here to join you again because, as we said before, we love to talk about shit. And when we had our first video, we did the top 10 signs that he ain't the one, and we really enjoyed that one.
We really did.
We really did. I have to admit. Now, we're all about listening to our fans. And our fellow straight men, viewers, felt the need to let us know that we were being a bit biased. And it only made sense that we also point out 10 signs that women are not the one.
Mm-hmm. And just to give a disclaimer, the 10 signs that we're about to give to you guys are all from those male viewers. So they're, they're from them.
Real quick, before we get into our topic of the day, you didn't say nothing about my hair.
Oh yeah, I see you got your hair done. I guess the budget is in.
No ponytail for me, bitch.
So is this the root realness that you were referring to in the last video?
You got the root realness. Again, as my daughter says, y'all know this ain't my hair.
You look good, girl.
That's all that matters. So shout out to my girl, Styles by Tracy, who, got my look together because it was like, you can't keep going on there with a ponytail.
Well, I guess today is my quote unquote ponytail day. I don't have a haircut, I have to wear a hat, and I'm looking a bit scruffy. So, because I got my chemical pill. And, it's all about, self-care.
But
I'm looking good.
You still look good.
I still
look good. Okay. So moving right along, we're gonna jump into our topics. We're gonna keep this short today. So,
number 10.
Let's start them off with number 10.
Number 10, Deuce. All right. You have never seen her real hair or face without makeup.
So,
what dude gave you that?
I shall not reveal any names. That wouldn't be fair. But, the way I look at it, if you don't show your real hair or your face without makeup, you really don't trust that mofo. That's what I think. Nah.
Or if you look at it on the other side, I guess in their perspective, maybe she has something to hide.
And she doesn't love you enough to let you know what she wants to hide.
Because this reminds me of a story that I saw on social media a while back. It was this Chinese couple, and the husband, when she finally revealed her real face, he sued her.
I did see that.
He sued her ass. And she did look a bit, without the makeup and all the, whatever, the glam.
The glitz and glamour. The smoke and mirror.
And I must admit, like, if I was a straight male and I meet a girl, I would want to see her maybe the second date or the third date without her makeup and all the hair, because I need to know what's going on.
If I were a guy, on our first date, we're going swimming.
We're going swimming.
There
you go.
I want to see right away what I'm working with. Because no matter how much weave or makeup or plastic surgery you get, have children, and that child will be a reminder of what that look is.
And there are some girls, like some celebrities, I won't say any names, that, without makeup.
Say one name, just for kicks and giggles.
Okay, in my opinion, and I love them. I really, really love them. I feel Young Miami. She doesn't look good without makeup.
I'm going, who's Young Miami? I know City Girls.
City Girls. I feel
this
without.
This has me so hot.
She's not like ugh, but she looks to me better with makeup.
I don't think I've ever seen her without.
I've seen her on her stories.
Oh, okay.
She's a beautiful girl, but with the makeup, it gives her a extra
ump. Everybody
No, because Beyonce, I'm not, because I love Beyonce. Beyonce without makeup, she looks better to me without makeup. And with the makeup, she looks good, but without makeup, she looks better. She looks younger to me without makeup.
So,
Ariana Grande, she looks better with makeup. Because to me, she looks like a completely different person without it.
I think, considering the topic that we have, the top 10 signs that she's not the one, I just don't feel like makeup or hair should really constitute if she's an ideal wife or mother or not.
I guess she wouldn't be the one to maybe date. But that's the same thing. Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Or to sleep with.
Oh, no.
At that point, you're not.
Don't sleep with anything.
Check.
I'm just kidding. Number 9. Number 9. So, my turn. Number 9. She has a lot of male friends, particularly older male friends. You know, the sugar daddy type, the what you need, baby girl, today.
I mean, she gotta get it. What's wrong with that?
Oh, I wish I could think of that one movie where there was this one sugar daddy that was on there. Oh crap, I'm not gonna be able to think of it. But the moral of the story was that if you see your woman with a particularly older gentleman that is her friend.
Well, I can think of a movie, Dead President.
That's the movie I couldn't think of the name. You already pulled up in the car.
Right, you know what's funny? He always looked like my cousin's dad to me. I forget his name. I think his last name is Powell. He always played like villains in movies, yeah.
I can't think of the actor's name.
And he was a villain too. Anyway,
yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. So again, I can see how a man would feel some type of way.
Because you know why? Because he played that sugar daddy role, that role of an absentee father, when the real dad came out of prison, he gave him no respect.
Right.
Because he was doing what he felt he should have been doing. So yeah, I can see how a man would feel a bit intimidated and a bit. Yeah.
And especially if you know you're lacking in certain areas. That's going to make you
and also too, that man can feel like, okay, he giving you all this money, what you giving him?
Oh, he just...
Ain't nothing free in America.
She's just giving him good conversation.
Cooking him good meals.
Number 8.
Number 8. Her idea of cooking is takeout or microwave. Taco Tuesdays.
I mean, you know the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
That's true.
So if you're not cooking home cooked meals, it could be a problem.
It could be a problem. And also too, like, there could be other females out there that may cook for him and it may lead to something else. You know? I do find it, okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you, it does bother me when a woman, all she knows how to cook is tacos, and let's say what?
If it's the Remy right now.
You're hot.
Oh my God.
Probably to stop it. But you know what? Tacos.
But I like tacos.
Yeah, I know. Tacos is so simple to make. And I remember on my social media, when I had Facebook years ago, there was a particular class of people that I used to follow on social media. And I promise to God, it seemed like each time I scrolled down my timeline, all the girls, all they would say they were cooking was chicken Alfredo with them Texas frozen toast. That's all they would make, and it was a big deal to them. So if I was,
so you don't eat chicken Alfredo?
But you know what? If that's all you can make, and it's a basic ass some shit with that first sauce in the can or the jar, that ain't shit. If I was a straight male, I need you to cook like some get down dirty from scratch type of cooking. That's what I want. What my mama be cooking. You know, right now on social media, it's a big trending topic that all these girls know how to make is either chicken Alfredo or baked chicken. Men want variety, like how they want variety in their women. I'm just like, men want variety in their meals. But men want variety in their meals. They want, you know, steak, rice, I don't know, fish, seafood, filet mignon, I probably said it wrong. But they want variety. They want, like I said in our first video, they're looking for their mom and their women. So know how to cook.
So you better know how to fucking cook. You better know how to do magic tricks. You better know how to swing from the ceiling.
Oh, he said he's gonna play this part.
So anyway, moving right along.
Patient. And I know for me, I'm used. You know, men. I feel like when men do when they choose a mate, they need to choose someone that could do what, I guess, back to the mom. Because for me, you know, before I found my truth, I always felt like I wanted a woman who can cook big meals, like my mother did, like Haitian meals. Me being island and Caribbean, I'm used to eating that way. So a lot of men, they want to eat how they ate when they were growing
But you know
up.
what? That's not always true because I'm American, and sometimes it could be about variety. I mean,
Oh no! As far as the portion, like different
portion.
meals, yeah, that's what I meant. Not saying she has to cook Haitian meals, but
okay.
just the portion.
Yeah, because I don't do big
Yeah.
portions. Like, how many times can I eat the same meal? I mean, but all right. So I guess we can. And we did notice too that that's a trending topic on Twitter about women who are making what chicken Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo, baked chicken Alfredo.
And I like chicken Alfredo. I think it just depends on how it's made, you know. But I don't know. All right, so moving right along, shall we go to number 7?
Number 7. That's me.
No, that's actually me. Number 7. This Remy is working. It's working me. It's working me. Okay, number 7. Her children don't like you. So, man don't like you.
Tay don't like you.
Right. I mean, if her children don't like you, they're probably never gonna like you.
Right.
And that's just gonna, imagine you trying to get some and the child don't like you. Oh my God, everything's gonna be wrong with that little monster.
Right.
My stomach hurt. Can I have some water? I wanna go to bed.
See, whoever gave this answer, this topic, or whatever.
This answer, yeah. I don't know who gave this answer.
There's a flip side to it because it kind of goes back on the man too. I feel like if a woman's kid does not like you, there's something about you that he sees in you. Because when I was a kid and my mother, you know, she had little dates or whatever, and I would see certain men, my spirit, my child spirit, something on that man that wasn't right. And you know, guess what? I was right. I was on the
Okay, I have to disagree with that because I remember when my mom would date, and it was just a matter of children being just jealous. You know what I mean? They're just jealous.
That's true too.
They want to be able to control and you try to take my mama away from me.
Yeah, that's true too. And there's other situations where that kid sees something in them too that's not right about them. So it can go either both ways. Like I say, you have to gauge it as a parent and talk to your child and find out what's going on with them. Now you got an educational moment.
There you go. So moving right along.
Number 6.
I got this from someone.
Okay. This is from survey says she has a sleeve tattoo or a face tattoo.
Now, you've always said if a person has a face tattoo, and I'm not judging on anyone who has a face tattoo, because I know people who have face tattoos.
They're insane. I've always said it for men because I don't think I've ever seen a woman with a face tattoo. I've never seen that personally. But whenever I see a man with a face tattoo, I feel like he's insane. There's something wrong with him. He's crazy. He has a bad temper. He's not right upstairs.
So even with my tattoos, I can cover them up. They're not, if I'm going on a job interview, you know, it's after I get the job that they're gonna start being revealed. But that's not always something that has to be on display. And more importantly, I just feel like these are all visuals. How does this really describe a person's character?
Yeah, the sleeve tattoo, I don't get that. The face tattoo, I definitely understand that because it's like, do you really want to take your woman out to a fancy restaurant or to a corporate party?
You got like a tear tattoo. A tear.
That one I get. Sleeve tattoo, she can hide that as Nicola has done with her tattoos.
Okay, so number 5. Yeah, this one kind of bothers me. But these are not our suggestions. We got them from actual people who felt like these were their reasons, their legitimate reasons.
They're entitled
to that. So number 5, she doesn't know her father. Okay, here's what I think. People do have that misconception that if a woman doesn't have a strong connection with her father, or if she wasn't treated right by her father, if her father wasn't present in her life, many people do feel that that's going to affect her relationships because she's missing something, or she's neglected in an area. People feel that way, and even in psychology they say that if you haven't reached that level of security, it's going to carry on into your adult life.
I guess in that way, because now you're looking for a father in the men.
And people could feel that way.
Now you're emotionally dependent on those
People
men.
could feel that way.
Right.
However, what I have learned, there is no rhyme or reason to this thing. And you can have an active father in your life
Sure.
and still make messed up decisions.
Still be
You can
emotionally
have
dependent.
no father in your life
Right.
and make the best decisions.
Exactly.
It really just simply depends on the individual.
Individual and the choice that you make when you
Right,
make that individual.
right.
So that's
I'm
move on from that. Yeah.
All right.
All
So
right.
number 4.
Woo! Number 4. Hygiene. Now, I want to start with this because I thought about this one and it didn't hit me when you first, brought this discipline before to me. There is something that I do hate with women when it comes to hygiene, and I feel like men need to pay attention when choosing someone to date or to sleep with. If that woman, when you always see her, and under her foot is always blackened and dirty, leave that alone. She a dirty foot. That's how I see it. Yeah.
I'm really trying to keep my composure. And hygiene does, it includes many things. Your house, your overall hygiene. Like I was telling you, if a woman raises her arm and she looks like she has like buckwheat in a headlock, like
I can see how that would be.
Men are very visual creatures.
Right.
They would want to believe that you look like
That
this.
you walk like this.
Like,
Yeah. So give them that illusion that you did. I mean, it's just society. That's how it is. And back to the women who just under their foot is blackened all the time. What are you doing? I don't get it. Like I've seen women, even their sandals is blackened. And I'm trying to understand what is going on. Why are you walking around? I've seen some women, I've seen some women, I look at their feet and it's just black, like ashes. I don't understand. Where do you work? What is going on? What ground are you walking on? Because under my feet, it's not blackened when I wear sandals.
So maybe,
help me understand that.
Maybe they work in a place where it causes them to have black feet.
No, I know some females, and I'm just gonna say, I know some females personally. They work at places that don't cause them to have blackened feet, and their sandals are black, and their feet are black. I'm just trying to understand. I'm a male, whatever. My feet is never black, even when I wear sandals. So what is your excuse? Help me understand. I want you, the females that have the blackened
What do you
feet.
think you're gonna say?
I wish I had a comment. Just let me know, because I'm really concerned with that about the hygiene. We asked this particular male. I asked a particular male, and when I got the topics of my job, hygiene. Give me some, examples of what he feel, that falls under. And he said, women with their Hello Kitty, if it smells, like fish. And okay, years ago, I went to a club. I'll never forget this situation. I was at a club, dancing and everything, and this woman, they were dancing by this big pole. She put her leg up on the pole, and that shit hit me. It hit me like someone hit me with 10,000 fishes. Just bam, 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 bam.
10,000 fish.
10,000 fishes. It was horrible. Horrible. Women, help me understand. Women that have this problem, do you guys not smell it?
So the woman who has this problem, she's gonna comment in the comments and say, well, I have this problem because...
You know what? She could comment and say, well, I know a friend in those
we had this discussion before when we talked about it, and they said, well, there could be different reasons why.
Well, those reasons, Mika Lachey.
Well, I mean, from what I have been able to understand, of course, from others, not necessarily myself, there are things, different things that women use down there, different soaps or different times of the month may cause certain issues. There's a number of things. However, I do say this, and this is my personal disclaimer, if ever you feel that there's a foreign sense, that would be the time to simply visit.
But now, question.
Can I finish?
Oh, sorry.
Visit your gynecologist.
Question, can that woman smell it themselves? Because my thing is, why are they walking around with that scent?
I would hope they can.
So why are they walking around with that scent?
I would imagine that they can.
So why are they walking around with that scent then?
Maybe they haven't gone to the doctor yet, as I'm saying. You have to go and seek professional medical attention. I mean, it happens.
So, like she said, go to your gynecologist and get that together. Even if you don't smell anything, maybe you can't smell it. You know how some people walk around with bad odor or their breath smell and they can't smell their own breath? Just to be on the safe side, go get it checked out. Get your UHA checked out so these men don't dog you, okay? Because they're gonna dog you. Like my coworker did that lately.
Okay, so number three. All right, let's move it on. Number 3. She has an overly involved, crazy baby daddy or baby daddies. All right. So overly involved. When we talk about overly involved, like, should he be trying to be at the house but tuck the child in at night?
That's his child. Why can't he be there?
To tuck the child in at night.
That's his
You want to be
child.
there every night knowing she has a new man and...
Oh, he's living with her? Is that a scenario?
Let's just say that's the scenario.
Okay. Well, that would be a bit too much, I guess.
Because one thing you have to keep in mind, an overly involved baby daddy, it doesn't stop because you get a man.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It might get worse.
That's where I sit the child.
It does.
I guess at that point, be adults, figure out a system, a time
What
schedule.
works for you.
What works for everybody.
Right. Now, there is a difference between an involved baby daddy and a crazy baby daddy. So you would need to determine right away which one you're dealing with.
Right. It's just like for women who get with the man who has a bunch of whole baby mamas and they still in their feelings about him. Now you finna get caught up in the drama with his baby mothers. It's the same thing. Same thing.
But remember,
men have feelings too, so don't.
we're keeping this focused on why the woman is not the reason. We can keep tying it back.
Whatever.
So number 2 is a personal favorite of mine.
Number 2, I find this shit so funny. She always needs $40.
So, and it's so funny because this particular response came from a number of different people. We even ended up seeing it on a meme, like the
We did. It was so hilarious.
It was almost like it was meant to be. We had to include the $40. So this is another trending topic on Twitter.
And we just found out was a trending topic.
Right, on Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is another trending topic, $40. So why do you think the common number is $40?
And you know what's funny? I always thought the common number was $20 because everyone always asks, in the whole 20. Even my friends, they can't stand when people ask for $20. But when my first time hearing about this $40 was from one of my cousins, and when he said it, oh, I have heard women ask for $40, but it never clicked to me that was a common number for them. I don't know why $40 is the common number. I do know why $20 is, but $40, I don't know why.
So here's my question. So if you are dating a guy, I mean, is it really like a crime or sin to ask the guy that you're dating for $40. I mean, help me to understand.
Maybe if she's always asking.
Oh.
Is that the issue? That she's always asking for it? Like, damn, bitch, you ain't got no money, but what's going on with you? So I think that's the problem. You're always asking
because
for $40.
And this just doesn't go to women. Men can also ask for $40.
We're keeping it on women.
Well,
And you know what, too? I guess for that man, if she's constantly asking for $40 at this point, I want to think maybe he's seeing her now as a basic ass chick.
Or a needy ass
chick.
Right.
Okay, and then with that comment number $40, a lot of men are wondering, what do you need that $40 for?
Why does it matter?
Why is that the comment?
Why does it matter?
Why does it matter?
Why does it matter? I need it.
Comment that.
Wait,
why does it
and
matter?
let me say this. If I'm asking, I need it. Like, why should it matter what it's for?
I guess what's tripping them up
is why
is it that same number and you keep asking for the same amount?
I think 40 is a comfortable number. You know what I mean? If you ask for 100,
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm dating someone, okay, I'm an independent person. I've always had a job. I have my own place. I'm doing really, really well, in my opinion. If I'm with someone and they see all that, and you met me like this, doing very well, and if I ask you for fucking money, don't be asking me what I need it for.
Because clearly
I freaking need it. Now, if I was a bum, I get why you were questioning. Maybe I'm buying crack. I don't know. So I get that. Or meth, or whatever, you know? But if I'm a successful person and I'm asking you for it, I clearly need it. Don't worry about why I'm asking about the same amount of number. But that's it. That's so funny to me.
we're gonna move it right along. Because we're now at number one. So the number one reason why she is not the one, bro, and I quote, she loves hard. So listen, if a woman ever says to you, she loves hard, that may be another way for her to really say that this bitch is a killer. And she's probably gonna be that one to slash tires, to bust out the windows of your car, be in your bushes. You know, women do love hard. We do. And you just gotta be a little bit more careful. The woman that you decide to mess around with and play with their heart. Oh no, let me stop. It's not about women. You gotta be careful because again, it's a very thin line between love and hate. And there can be something scary about a woman scorned. It can be really scary.
Start that twitching. You better run.
You know. Again, this is not always the case, but it can be. And you just don't know. So these are little signs that you just want to pay attention to. For instance, if you're dating for a few weeks and she shows up unexpectedly to your job or something, don't say anything because I know what you're thinking. These are the signs that...
Well, does that mean that she or he is crazy?
Or maybe she's just passionate, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Again, she loves hard. And all of a sudden...
Maybe she's been disrespected, so she's gonna come to your job to find out why you're disrespecting her.
If she flats 3 out of 4 of your tires, because, you know, if you flat all 4, then the insurance company will pay for it. But if you flat 3 out of 4...
But why is she flatting them tires, though?
Because she loves hard.
Because he did something wrong.
We have to make this up.
Alright, I'm just saying. Okay, women, let me say this to you, women. Okay, I get it. Some men you meet, they're gonna fuck you over. But you know what? It's not worth to go through all of that, to stalk him, to flatten his tires, as she said, to show up to his job. Because now you're degrading yourself and embarrassing yourself. Just move on.
Forget that. I'm gonna let this know who he dealing with.
And ladies, even while acting crazy, slashing his tire, fighting his mama, cussing out his kids, all that's going to do is push him further away from you, and he may get a restraining order on you. You know, do you want that? Do you want to go through that? And a lot of you are probably feeling like, yeah, at that moment, but it's not worth it. Trust me, you'll find a better man.
Okay, I can say this though. Sometimes, and this is not in all cases, But sometimes some really good pocketbook be attached to the crazy women. You know that, right?
That's true. And at that point, that's on that man. That's his dumb ass. So if he gets caught up with her punani is good as fuck, then that's on him. It ain't on her.
I think we're done with this.
We are
done with this.
Finito.
Yeah. Finito. Yeah. So again, those are not our top 10 reasons, but just different reasons.
Survey says.
Yeah. I mean, and we can always throw bonuses in there. We were having dinner at a restaurant last night.
Oh yeah.
And the guy says,
she asked one of the waiters, the bartenders, what is this the first top sign that a woman is not good for him? And she said,
he was like, oh, if she sucks her teeth.
And I was thinking like, wait, what? Really? That's
another bonus I've heard too. Some people say she doesn't know the difference between THEIR and THEY apostrophe RE. I mean, and I hear women say this too, that if about a man. But I'm all for English, believe it or not, but I just still feel like, does that really determine the character?
Right. It doesn't determine because sometimes we make mistakes and have typos.
Yeah.
We type certain words wrong, we pronounce certain words wrong. Doesn't mean that person is stupid or doesn't have an education.
Exactly.
It's just a simple mistake, a simple typo. Okay,
mistake.
come on.
And even if it wasn't a mistake, I'm sure you knew what that person meant.
Right.
All right. So, now moving on to, of course, my favorite topic, my favorite segment, which you guys should know by now. Fuckboy of the day. So, fuckboy of the day, and if you don't know who this person is, I definitely recommend that you go online and Google.
We're actually
read
going
the
to put
article.
the link. We're going to put the link to the article below the video.
Yeah, good idea. We want you to know exactly who we're talking about and why we're talking about him. So again, our fuckboy of the day goes to, drumroll, Dan Gatsby.
A lot of you may not know who Dan Gatsby is. Now, I remember hearing about this beautiful black woman years ago. Her name is B. Smith. B. Smith is like the black Martha Stewart. Everything Martha Stewart was B. Smith, but she was black. She had her own restaurant. She had books. She had her own. She modeled. She had her own network with food and home decor. B. Smith, unfortunately, she developed Alzheimer's disease, which is common in amongst African Americans. 6 years ago, in her prime, she developed it. 6 years ago, she got the disease or whatever. Her husband, who got control of her, let me just say this. The Alzheimer's disease, it altered her speech, her way of thinking, pretty much her mind.
All of her cognitive.
Right, there you go. Her husband took control of her Facebook account, 300,000 followers. In the beginning, he would post about, his daily struggles, about living with someone, taking care of someone who had Alzheimer's.
They were business partners too.
They were business partners, but remember, she had her success before she met him.
Okay.
So she brought him along, and he pretty much reaped the benefits of her success.
Already being established.
Of course. And he did help her, whatever. That was her husband.
Right.
So of course, they've been married for 26 years. So in the beginning, he would post about his daily struggles, his journals about, living with someone with Alzheimer's. Then that all changed. He met another woman. He calls her girlfriend, but to me, that's his mistress. This woman he brings into B. Smith's home that she has. It's her home. He has a room for his mistress in her home. I tried to look at this in different perspectives, and he said that, he doesn't want his wife to stop his life. His wife doesn't know who he is. Her mind is mush. In the article that I read, that again, I'll put the link in the below of this video. He said that he told her that's his new girlfriend, and he couldn't tell if she understood or not, which I'm sure she did not understand. My issue with this thing is,
why couldn't he just get a divorce? Just get a divorce.
You're still married. Your wife is not dead. Your wife is not dead. My thing is, if you got married to her, that means you believe in the vows you've taken. for death. What is it? For death, for sickness.
Sickness and health.
I'm kind of twisted right now. For sickness and health. What happened to that? What happened to that? And I know some men and some women, but because it's about the fuckboy, I know some men are going to cheat regardless and be a shitty ass person. If you're going to do that, why flaunt it on social media? Do that behind doors. Give this beautiful woman respect. Let her legacy go down with respect. That's how I see it. And then when he posted his mistress, he quoted 50 Cent, hate it or love it, hashtag why lie. Keep that shit a secret if you're going to do it. Don't disrespect her. And then on top of that too, that woman that he's dealing with, his mistress, you a fuck girl too. How do you feel comfortable to go in this woman's house, see her every day in the state that she's in, and fucking her man, her husband? She's still married to him. She's not dead. What are you doing? You can take it from here and out, because I'm pissed. You know what, Dan Gatsby? I'm gonna tell you this. If you were my father, you would catch these hands, okay? I wouldn't give a fuck about your old ass.
So I think there's really nothing to say.
There's really nothing? You have nothing to say about this?
I mean, I just can't understand, because like you said, in sickness and in health, so when people take that particular term with a grain of salt all the time, because people get divorced all the time. So I'm just thinking, I'd rather you just divorce me.
Divorce her. Or if you're going to do that, don't publicly show it. Like his daughter said, you're putting this out there, be aware of what's going to happen, the consequences, the comments that you're going to get. Another thing too with the comments that I've read, a lot of black women, and I do understand where it's coming from because of our history, they're pissed off and they made mention of her race. This white woman is not the point. This white woman is benefiting from this black woman's
because at the end of the day, it could have been any woman.
She could have been orange.
It could have been a man.
She could have been blue black. She could have been dark purple. She could have been orange, green, gray. I would still be pissed.
Right.
I have a friend of mine whose mother has dementia, is that the word? Because right now I'm tipsy, so I can speak. It's just right now I'm kind of tipsy. She has dementia, and you know, it's hard to have a loved one and they don't know who you are sometimes, or they're losing their memory. So this one really hit home for me, because actually when I read this article, my eyes swelled up, because I'm thinking about my mom, specifically my aunt, dealing with men who are degrading them, treating them wrong. Like, what's up with these men? Like, I don't understand. How do you treat the mother of your kids, the woman you married, your rib, like she ain't shit?
You know,
I don't get it.
We are definitely, I notice more and more seem to be in a society where people are more self-absorbed, self-serving, selfish. And I know a lot of times we say men, but there can be women that are that way too. It's all about me and the benefits.
There's women like that, but it's about a fuckboy, so we're gonna keep it on there. And like you always said, the end of days said what?
Men will be lovers of themselves.
With that being said, peace.
Peace.